I am getting affected due to Maya. Maya is taking over me. So let us understand this concept. Is Maya taking over you, or you are holding Maya? Is Maya holding you, or you are holding Maya? Maya is illusions of life. Who is holding whom? Does illusion hold you, or you are holding illusion? That distinction you have to be clear. There's a saying in Saint of Karnataka, ನೀನು ಮಾಯೆಯೋಳು ನಿನ್ನೋಳು ಮಾಯೆಯೋ ಬಯಲು ಆಲಯದೊಳಗೋ ಆಲಯ ಬಯಲೊಳಗೋ. So are you in Maya, or Maya is in you? So we think that we are in the world. Who is world is in us? The world is an appearance in consciousness. I am not living in the world. World lives in me. That understanding is required. So the concept that world is outside, I am living in the world, is false. So the outside and inside is with reference to the body. Body is also part of the world. Body is not you. So body is just a projector for the world. So the body and the world both are living inside you in consciousness. God also is in consciousness. Everything in this is in consciousness. The whole universe is in consciousness. So, but our illusion is we think that world is outside. We think that Maya is outside. Maya also is inside. Maya is also appearance in consciousness. Maya does not have control over you. You are holding Maya to experience life in some way. So, example for Maya hold, you are holding the Maya. So many people know drinking alcohol is a problem, but they still go for the bottle. Now, bottle is holding them, or they are holding the bottle. Same thing is true for diabetes. Okay, eating sugar is a problem, but still you go and eat sugar. Who is holding you? Sugar is holding you. Sugar is an inert object. You are holding sugar. Maya is not holding you. You are holding Maya. So come out of the illusion. Understand? You are holding the illusion of illusion. Okay, holding illusion in unconsciously is okay, because unconscious, when you are unconscious, you didn't know that. But when you become conscious, you understand what you have to let go. Become free from all your raga and desha attachments. That gives you peace. Otherwise, you cannot search for peace. Peace is because we are constantly holding on to attraction and repulsion of life, and in the process, we are missing life itself. Life is bliss. Oh, what happens is we have desires in life. Each desire can lead to a chain of desires, and each causes suffering. So there was a monk, sannyasi, who lived in Himalayas. I don't want any desire. He had a piece of loincloth, langoti in regional language. And one rat used to come and eat that langoti. So now this guy is worried about one desire, one loincloth. So to catch a rat, he has to bring a cat. So the moment a big cat comes, he has a big problem now. The cat wants food. So cat food where he will bring. So now he is worried. Then he goes and brings a cow. So give the milk to the cat. Now the bigger problem is there. How to take care of the cow? Then he marries a girl. So and he has children. Now he has a bigger problem to solve. So one desire led to become more and more desires. Now who is holding desire? Desire is not holding a monk. Monk is holding the desire. And one desire leads to a chain of desires. Each chain of desire leads to different suffering in life. So, so now the question comes: is Maya holding me, or I am holding Maya? So there are two parts to our life journey: unconscious living and conscious living. Unconscious living is called avidya Maya. Conscious living is called vidya Maya. So early part of our life, or many lifetimes, we are unconscious. We live only look at the world, and world teaches us what to do, what not to do. It's called social conditioning, social beliefs. We absorb the social beliefs, social conditionings, and think that is real. And for example, in today's world, getting a big car, Mercedes Benz, is valuable. So I start developing a desire for Mercedes Benz car without understanding why I need it. Then I struggle hard to earn money. In that process, lot of suffering happens. I won't even question why you need such a big car. In Bangalore Road, you cannot run that car, but still you need it because society projects it. So this is actually we living our life as per the whims and fancies of the society and environment is called unconscious living. It is called avidya maya. So then with the avidya maya we are trapped. If I don't have a big car, what will people think of me? Oh, they'll think of me as not a good enough person. So I'm not a successful person. So these thoughts will come. So entirely you live in an illusionary world without questioning why you need a car. So you are holding the desire. Now this desire didn't come from you. It came from the environment and the society. So this is called prakriti. Now evolution happens in the driven by prakriti, nature. Nature drives our evolution. So for example, in animal life, evolution is entirely driven by pure nature, the environment. In human life, the evolution is driven by social conditioning. So we understand, we do something, do suffer something, then we try to come out of suffering. Gradually, some evolution happens. Then conscious evolution, you go, you understand the nature of life from Guru, understand what life is all about, understand the nature of desire. Then what happens? Your conscious evolution starts. The conscious evolution is called Vidya Maya. Conscious evolution is called Vidya Maya. Vidya Maya starts. Vidya Maya is liberation process. Avidya Maya is bondage process. Bandha, samsara. Vidya Maya is freedom. Vidya Maya is conscious living with understanding nature of life, with understanding nature of self. We start living consciously, apply in our life, become free. We live a life of freedom without likes and dislikes, raga and dvesha, flowing with life, moment to moment. So now, avidya maya comes from the society and environment, prakriti. Vidya maya comes from Guru, Sadguru. Sadguru also gives the maya only, vidya maya. But avidya maya is cancelled by vidya maya. Both mayas are in the domain of mind. Mind itself is maya. So now, mind becomes free from all attachments and sufferings. That free mind, mind which has become free, is called consciousness or Atma. Mind itself is Atma. But mind full of either avidya or jnana, still it's not, still it's separate. That separation drops when avidya maya is cancelled by vidya maya. The mind becomes one with the self. That is called jivatma, paramatma, ekatvam. Oneness of individual consciousness with the universal consciousness. And that is real freedom. So now let us take three categories of beings. One is Adnani or ignorant person. Adnani or ignorant person has no concept of Maya and he lives life unconsciously. Unconsciously means unconscious of realities of life. And then he suffers. That's called Sadhaka. That's called Adnani, ignorant person. Now, after some time, he becomes a seeker. I want to find a solution. Then he starts understanding nature of life. When you are Adnani, ignorant person, you are in the hold of Maya. You are a product of Maya. When you become Sadhaka, you are trying to overcome Maya. You are trying to come out of Maya and overcome Maya through Jnana. Sadhaka is the one who seeks, approaches Guru, and gets Jnana. The Jnana helps him to come out of Maya. So Sadhaka is trying to master the Maya. When you are ignorant, the Maya holds on you, and you are a product of Maya. So that is the state of called avidya Maya. Now, a sadhaka gets the vidya Maya, the teachings from Guru. So to remove, it's like a thorn is there in your flesh. Another thorn is required to remove that. So Guru gives Vidya Maya or teaching, which helps you to come out. So now that understanding starts growing deeper inside you, and you start becoming free little by little bit. So now, if you're still suffering, that means you are holding on to Maya, even with the Avidya Maya. Then the Avidya Maya is being nullified by the Vidya Maya. So it's like more like a diabetes patient. Diabetes patient was eating sugar in ignorance, Avidya. Then doctor tells him, hey, don't eat sugar. Sugar causes diabetes. Now he tries to avoid sugar. He's a sadhaka. Once in a while, he doesn't. Once in a while, still goes and grabs sugar and drinks. So still he suffers. So now he's holding on. Now he's holding on to sugar, right? Earlier, sugar was holding on to him. He was in unconscious. Now he's holding on to sugar with knowledge also, and still suffers. Finally, he comes over the habit of sugar. So then he is called. Now, initial stage is called Adnani, ignorant person. Then when he's trying, he's called Sadhaka. Then he overcomes his habit pattern. He's called Siddha or Gnani. So these are the stages of our life. A sadhaka is trying to overcome Maya, still he gets trapped with Maya. Whereas Siddha Purusha wields the Maya. Siddha Purusha is in control of Maya. Maya, he holds the Maya and he can control the Maya. In the sense, he controls the Vidya Maya, the teaching. And he helps the students to come out of suffering. So another example I can give you, an alcoholic addict is there. Why he started alcohol, you don't know. Now he cannot leave the alcohol. Alcohol is holding on to him. Okay, he's trapped by alcohol. That is the situation of Avidya Maya. Avidya Maya holds a ignorant person. But then when he gets the gnana, knowledge from the doctor that alcohol is killing you, he has to come out of that. He'll try. He struggles with the alcohol. The struggling part is called sadhaka. So then he is struggling with Maya to overcome Maya. Then he becomes Siddha or realized person, where he is able to drop alcohol altogether. Now he is holding alcohol. If he wants to drink, once in a while, he can. He does not want to drink, he cannot. He cannot. So, from an ignorant person who is under the sway of Maya, influence of Maya, to a seeker who is trying to overcome Maya, to Siddha Purusha who has overcome Maya, this is the spiritual journey. Ignorant person is unconscious, sadhaka is semi-conscious, Siddha Purusha is fully conscious. Are we clear? Under the influence of Maya is called fully drunk. A sadhaka seeker is half drunk. And person who has come out of Maya is called sober. So, to summarize this, a Vedantic sloka, Asatoma Sadgamaya, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma Amritamgamaya. Asat means falsehood. To Sat, truth. From Avidya Maya to Vidya Maya. Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya. From darkness to light. Darkness is unconsciousness to consciousness, light. Mrityorma Amritamgamaya. When you are in Avidya and influence of Maya, life is suffering. You die every moment out of fear, anxiety, raga, and dvesha. Amrituttamangaya, you realize your true self, which is freedom. The realization is Nanu, Nanembudu, Nanalla, Ideha, Manabuddhi, Nanalla, Sachidanandatma, Shivanannani, Shivoham, Shivoham, Shivoham. That will free you. From Jiva to Shiva is the spiritual journey. Jiva is under the influence of Maya. Shiva holds the Maya.